Mastering English phrases, understanding, trip up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English language learning series. Today, we have a very interesting topic to discuss, the phrase, trip up. This is a phrase that you might come across in everyday conversations, books, or movies. Understanding its meaning and how to use it correctly can really help you sound more like a native speaker. So, let's dive in and learn about trip up together. When we break down the phrase, trip up, let's start with the word trip. Literally, to trip means to stumble or lose your balance, possibly falling as a result. Now, when we add up to it, it doesn't change the fundamental meaning of tripping. However, it can give the phrase a slight nuance of causing someone to stumble, either physically or metaphorically. Example, be careful of the uneven pavement, you might trip up. Beyond its literal sense, trip up is commonly used in a figurative manner. In this context, it means to make a mistake or encounter a problem, usually because of a small detail that was overlooked or because something was challenging. Example, the tricky question in the exam tripped up many students. This can also apply to people in a competitive setting, where one might trip up another to gain an advantage, not physically, but by causing them to make a mistake. Example, the interviewer tried to trip up the candidate with a complex question. Now that we understand both the literal and figurative meanings of trip up, here are some tips on how to use it correctly. 1. Be mindful of the context. Use trip up for situations where a mistake is made, or someone is caught off guard. 2. Remember, it can be both intentional and unintentional. Someone can trip up on their own, or be tripped up by a situation or another person. 3. It can be used in various settings. From informal conversations to more formal settings, trip up is versatile. Example, I didn't want to trip her up during her presentation, but I had to ask about the discrepancy in the data. And that wraps up our lesson on the phrase, trip up. I hope this video has helped clarify the meaning and usage of this phrase for you. Remember, understanding these kinds of idiomatic expressions can really take your English to the next level. Keep practicing, and don't let tricky phrases trip you up. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.